Boom.
Biddly, 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 boy. Yes, yes, yo. Here we go. Ain't nobody down round here. You know what time it is. Get that badger in and on and over here. We've got the clock watchers in. The clock watchers are on. The clock watchers are over. I want to just quickly just do a couple of shout outs. I'd reached 30 members on my channel yesterday, which is madness. So thank you very much, everybody. Obviously, separate to subscribers. Memberships are like 99p a month or whatever it is. So shout out to Carl G. And shout out to Claire Oxenham, who are both new members. Shout out to Carl G and Claire Oxenham. So, Fakky's just done his pre-match interview, which seems insane when we've just literally just finished the game last night. He said there's no new injury worries. Obviously, we're going into Wednesday at Luton, which will be a decent game. They're not on a well, they're on it. They've been terrible all season, haven't they? But I think they beat Hull the other day. Rotation was sort of mentioned. It's interesting. Soloman got mentioned, and like whether or not he'll. Well, this is not what he discussed, but this is what I am wanting to discuss with you guys. You know, do you think he'll rotate Soloman? I don't think he'll want to overload him. There's been some talk as well in the chat about Bamford, like potentially, you know, the Farker not bringing him on, not utilising him, wanting to get like proper running training. He sort of did that last year, didn't he? Used him very sparingly, like, you know, to get him back up to some sort of fitness. And I think for future Bamford, you know, that's his only chance of ever getting sort of a run of games. Like if you're just spending a lot of time, because he's coming back. I'm not saying he was being rushed back at any point, because I don't think he's been rushed back for a while, in fairness. But just like just like any little niggle, it's just, I don't know, it's very difficult to keep him injury free, isn't it? So I think the only way is to sort of like move on, even just in the squad, like in general, you know, and not be as reliant on him, which we're not at the moment. But we're talking about Soloman. I think he'll start Nonto instead of Soloman on Wednesday. I don't think he's going to want to overload Soloman. For the first time today, I actually felt like we could sign him next season. I actually feel like that could be a possibility. I always thought it was just coming from Tottenham to sort of like get some games, then look to leap on. But just his post-match interview, he was just buzzing as he would be. You know, 2 goals, excellent performance from him. But he just spoke really positively about, you know, said that it's just the beginning for him and stuff. And I actually thought, oh, you know, why wouldn't he want to come to the club? Because, you know, we absolutely have to sign a new goalkeeper, right? So get him in, get him over here. Kelleher, Liverpool goalkeeper, who with absolutely zero chance of ever signing as a newly promoted club. But I'm sticking with it because I know who he is. He's better than Alisson, is Kelleher, because he's played 5 games and he's looked half decent. And yes, I watched him in internationals, and yes, he was shit and looked dodgy and crap on ball, but I don't care because that'll do me. He's better than MESLIER Silent S. Somebody said in the comments yesterday, mate, learn how to say MESLIER Silent S properly, but he said learn how to say MESLIER properly. I know how to say MESLIER, mate. You gotta get. Are you new to the channel, mate? Because you know, I'm not saying I'm being humorous, but I am being humorous. I know how to say MESLIER, but he's called MESLIER Silent S. I'm from Leeds, mate. That's how shit is. Shit is as shit does. Nobody do it how I does it, so you know how we do. But yeah, Soloman, it'd be interesting to see if he gets his start. Also, because I've gone off on a rant about Kelleher, my point is I want to be very, very clear on this. Every single player, if we want to be in the top 8 of the Premier League, every single player at this club has to be replaced. Now, if you listen to Nonto, he would suggest that Tanaka doesn't need to be replaced because he called him, just on his Instagram, he just commented saying that he's the best player in the world, which I think, you know, even the staunchest Tanaka fan would have to agree that Tanaka is not the best player in the world. I'm not ruling it out, but it's taken quite a long time for anybody to get the Ballon d'Or, like from a midfield role, hasn't it? So, you know, Modric obviously got one. Rodri's just got one, but, you know, and I like Tanaka, guys. I like Tanaka, but I'm not certain that he's at that level yet. Maybe we'll get there with him, but I'm not certain he's at that level yet. Yeah, I actually felt there's a chance with sign Soloman, and I actually think if he stays fit, I think the sky's the limit with him, to be fair. I do think he's mint at beating players and stuff. I want us all to get behind him a little bit. If he got, you know, it could be pivotal for our season, really. Just if he gets plenty of goals, or just gets 10, 15 goals, you know, along with Nonto, along with James, you know, like Ramazani to come back. We've got a really strong squad. Winger-wise, we're mint. He got asked about the refs as well. He said, because obviously they got massive. I forgot with all the madness that went on in that game. I forgot about that huge tackle on Dan James where like the player, I don't know who he was, but it got past like across the back line, and he steps across Dan James, and Dan James is definitely going to get there, and he's basically in on goal with his speed. But the thing was, he didn't even get booked, didn't the guy? He did that thing where he tried to make it look as though he's putting his leg across the body because he's the one in control of the ball. He wasn't in control of the ball, number one. Number two, the ref gave a foul. So if the ref gives a foul, he's accepted it's a foul. It's not like he's gone, oh, I didn't think it were a foul. If you don't think it's a foul, then we don't have to talk about a red card. But it certainly has to be a yellow card. He's denied him running in on goal. Like, you know, it's a mental... It's not. It was the correct decision, but to not produce a card, I felt was ridiculous. But in fairness to Farke, you know, it was just a strange decision. In fairness to Farke, he said that he has to be careful, you know, when taught. He's like, you know, he don't want to be getting booked at side at pitch and stuff. And I think certainly in press conferences afterwards, just keep your mouth shut about stuff. There's no need to, you know, I don't think it helps. You end up just getting in trouble in the press conference. It don't put any pressure on the ref. If you're going to do it there and then, you know what I mean? Get your full head of steam out. Do your Mourinho running off, like when he's chasing fourth official down or whatever. But yeah, just keep stum about it, really. I don't know if I made myself clear about every single player being in need of replacement, but ultimately that is the case. Luton on Wednesday, I'll be at the game. It's interesting, intriguing, be a good game. Yeah, what we're all saying. Mint result yesterday. I thought from 1 to 11, I thought we were brilliant. I'm done with the MESLIER mistake. I've watched it back. It takes a deflection. The problem is people are taking a photo of like his positional sense in that as the ball's moving across. But he's moving across. Do you know what I mean? There's so many. If any ball goes in the bottom corner, the keeper's going to struggle to get to it. He's at full stretch. Do you think he'd save it if he could have saved it? Being a yard out of position when the ball gets rifled in or whatever, the ball's actually going directly at him, so you could argue his positioning's perfect. It also, you don't actually know where the player's trying to play the ball. He might be going back across MESLIER, silent S, sorry mate, in which case it's actually, you know, it'd be a comfortable save for him. So he'd be in the right position. Obviously it takes the deflection. It's a deflected goal. Who cares? We won the game 4-3. Obviously, I care. I understand we all have to care. But I just think singling it out for no reason, it's like just desperately trying to find something wrong. Yeah, that's me. Take it easy.
Boom.
JackCity, bitch. JackCity, bitch. Hey!
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is. Don't wanna ever feel surprised. That's why I ask.